That's right. Back at it again, Full Custom Hot Dog here, doing another movie review. That's right, we're going to be talking about the new film, Nobody. Released this year, 2021, after many delays. I think it was supposed to be released in October of 2020, but then, we had all those, all of those pandemics, just one big pandemic that we're still, I feel like we're on the ass end of it, but I could be wrong. Who knows, right? Anyway, it's here, and you can either go to the theater and watch it, or you can spend $20 to watch it at home. That's what I did. Now, was it worth it? I guess we're going to talk about that here in a moment. Directed by Ilya Naishuller, who I'm not too familiar with, also directed Hardcore Henry, which I hadn't seen, but I had seen the music video that Hardcore Henry was sort of a jumping off point from, called Bad Motherfucker by a band called Binding Elbows. That video was rad. I watched it several times, and I couldn't believe they made it into a movie, which I never saw, which I should have seen, because it's right in my wheelhouse. But enough about things I have or haven't done. Let's talk about the movie itself. Nobody. IMDb says, a bystander who intervenes to help a woman being harassed by a group of men becomes the target of a vengeful drug lord. Yes, it's true. Starring the great Bob Odenkirk, who most people know from things like Better Call Saul, Bob and David. This is quite a departure from his normal work, because I don't think he's ever done anything so action-y before. He's normally known for his comedy. He's been in countless films. I didn't even pull him up here. Normally I pull up notes when I'm going to talk about stuff for people. Over 100 acting credits, and I haven't seen all of them, but I would put money on them mostly being humorous, because that's what he's known for. He's a great comedic actor, and even in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, he sort of rides that line of being comedic and kind of serious when needed. He's great. And in this, he really delivers. I was kind of anticipating to see what he'd be doing. If you haven't seen the trailer, well, this movie's about a man who's down on his luck. I don't want to say down on his luck, because it's a weird one to interpret. He's living a boring family life, and he doesn't seem happy, because it's the same thing every day. Going to work, coming home, taking out the trash, and it's boring to him. And his house gets broken into. And so one night, his daughter says, "Hey, I'm missing my kitty bracelet." And he goes, "Oh, they must have taken it." Now, I was about to roll my eyes at this part, because like John Wick, and mind you, this film shares the same writer and one or two of the producers as John Wick. John Wick starts out with him getting vengeance for a puppy, which is cool because it's such a different idea. Normally it's a girlfriend died or something, family murdered, but it's a dog who was killed. This one, I was like, okay, so this is just all going to be about a cat bracelet. And thankfully, not so much. It's a nice little jumping off point to kind of get him in the game. Events do sort of spiral out from there, but that's not the main thing. He's not going after a bad guy. I guess light spoiler. He's not going after a bad guy because of the cat bracelet. But the actions he takes that sort of get him out of his rut to find that cat bracelet are what get him into this mess that he starts to crave. And you can tell he enjoys it, which is interesting. I've kind of referred to him while watching this as a working man's hero. And what I mean by that is his character does have a rich backstory of being... and again, this is a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear anything, you can leave. It's fine. You can come back later. But he has a rich backstory of being an assassin for government agencies and being a total badass and a G. So he's holding money. But I refer to him as a working class hero because he doesn't get into fights and not get hurt, which is what I really like. As great as it is to see somebody roll into fights and just come out unscathed, to me it's way cooler to see someone take their lumps of medicine, and just get hit, get stabbed, get shot, all that stuff, and still fight. And he does not stop, which makes him very interesting to me. Now, there are rumors or talks, what have you, about potentially this series crossing over with John Wick, since they do share some characteristics. I would like that. I would much rather have a versus film. Pretty much do it like Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, where these two meet and it's combative. They fight. Maybe they spend half the movie fighting. Yeah. And then somebody says a name or something, and then they go, "Oh no, how do you know my mom's name?" And he says, "That's my mom's name." And they become friends and start a group of assassins. Or something not dumb. I don't know. The point is, I would love to see them in a movie together. If I had to choose which one I liked watching more, and I haven't seen the rest of the John Wicks. I've only seen John Wick 1. I own them all, so that's something I've got to do at some point. But if I had to choose between watching John Wick 1 or Nobody, it's probably going to be Nobody because I liked Odenkirk's character a little bit more. Because he's not such a dreamboat like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves comes off as just your main type of action hero. That's what he's meant to do and meant to play and just kick ass and beat cheeks. But Bob Odenkirk just seems like some dude. And I like the idea of just some dude being badass better than some dreamboat, you know? But that's just me. Those are my thoughts. The fight choreography here is excellent. He really kicks some ass. And he got into some real shape, too. He's pretty built in this. And it's great to see someone like Bob Odenkirk tear it down. It's also worth noting that there are some wonderful, wonderful surprises in the casting. One of which I won't ruin, because I feel like that's tied to something they sort of hint throughout the film. One of which is Christopher Lloyd, who was great to see, and I hope he comes back for a sequel. I was really glad they don't, and that's a spoiler, I guess. I mean, you shouldn't be listening if you don't want to hear spoilers at this point. I like the movie. There, go rent it. It was worth $20 to me. I'll knock that out. I was glad they didn't kill off Christopher Lloyd. I was afraid they were going to. That shit you do in part 2 and 3. Build your cool little band of heroes. Let them go hard. And let them come out victorious in the first one. And then give them some hardships in the later ones. You've also got Michael Ironside, who is always a pleasure to see. So some really great casting and surprising choices. Faces I did not expect to see in this movie. Also surprising was one of the producers is Tobey Maguire. I didn't expect that. Maybe you didn't either. All around though, fantastic film. I was glad to have paid $20 for it to watch with my family. We all enjoyed it. Total blast. I wish I would have watched it again in the time that I rented it. Not just to get my money's worth, but because I liked it that much. But also, this is probably going to be an Insta-buy for me. I mean, an Insta-buy where I'm going to be checking out Best Buy for the physical release date to see if they've got a steelbook. Because I want a nice version of this movie. This is exactly my kind of action movie. And I really hope we get more of these. I can't see us not. I just saw a blurb that they've already planned out what the opening sequence for the next one's going to be. I don't know if that means anything set in stone. But that gets me excited. So, anyways, of course, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm your host, Full Custom Hot Dog. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Full Custom Hot Dog without the last because that's just too long for Twitter. So, thank you all for watching, and until next time. If you like what you see,
I love what I see.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you can watch whatever comes next. And if you like the music you hear, you can follow me on SoundCloud and Spotify. Check the description for links.